Top 10 ranged weapons in State of Decay 2, heavily requested and finally here. I hope you guys like it. Now, I thought long and hard about this list and came up with justifications for all these weapons and all the places, but I know that we will never all be able to agree on an absolute concrete list. So please, take each ranking with a pinch of salt. It is my opinion, and your own opinion, after all. It just so happens that my opinion is sacred, word of God. Kidding of course, but it does come pretty close. Anyways, let's crack on with the list. But today we do have just one honourable mention, and it's the Pyro Launcher, part of the Independence Day pack supply drop. Now, statistically it doesn't look too great. Fairly low power and durability, and abysmally low range and fire rate. However, it's pretty quiet and has good accuracy and control. Weighs 12 pounds, which is fairly standard for a launcher primary weapon, but it's so different to any other gun for a couple of reasons. It doesn't fire bullets like a normal weapon. No, that's child's play. The Pyro Launcher does something a little different. It chucks fire at folk, setting the enemies on fire in a panic before they burn to death. Very effective for crowd control against the zombies, and it used to be extremely effective against play cards, but it got nerfed years ago. If it was still as powerful as it was though, who knows how high it would be. Number 10, the MP5A2 Spec Ops, my favourite gun in the game. It had to be in the number 10 at least, even if it's not as good as some of the others on this list, but it's still good. It's a 9mm Special Ops submachine gun with a 30 round capacity, a good scope and all 3 rates of fire. What else do you need really? You can buy it and find it from play cards pretty easily, so you can quickly kit out your survivors with a standard issue machine gun. It also comes with a professional suppressor attached, but you can take it off whenever, so that makes it pretty versatile. Its power is not bad, accuracy and control are brilliant, and it weighs 7.7 pounds, which isn't bad. The gun makes the number 10 spot though because there's a lot more powerful, unique and intricate guns in the game, and this one just doesn't really stand out. But if you want a solid, reliable gun with very cheap ammo, then this is one of the best options out there. Number 9, the restored Echo 7 Assault Rifle, one of the better Echo weapons, but it gets restricted to number 9 for a couple of reasons. It's a fairly standard issue 5.56 assault rifle with a 30 round capacity, quite light, weighing 7 pounds, but it doesn't have a scope or the ability to add weapon attachments, which holds it back, makes it less versatile. It's got good control, accuracy and durability though, so it definitely deserves its place in the top 10. The reason why it doesn't have a gun attachment is because it has a built-in suppressor, which could be argued to be better, meaning we don't need to waste any time giving it professional or advanced suppressors, but you lose the ability to add a break, limiting its damage. You can get this weapon from the first mysterious broadcast Red Talon mission you get when you first start a new campaign, but apart from that, it's pretty hard to get, which does hold it back a bit. Number 8, the M99X1 Timberwolf. Look, it's not a bad weapon. Some of you were maybe expecting it a little higher, some of you might be surprised it's even on the list, but it makes number 8 for a couple of good reasons and a couple of bad reasons. Firstly, what is the gun? Well, for those of you who don't know, the Timberwolf is an anti-material rifle with a built-in suppressor and a long distance scope, because it's a sniper. It's got a capacity of 4 and it fires 50 cal bullets. This thing has been named the Juggernaut Killer because of its ability to down a Juggernaut with each full mag it uses, since, you know, the Juggernauts have 4 phases, I guess. Its power's insane, accuracy, control, range, durability, all incredible, but it's a very heavy gun, weighing 22.5 pounds, essentially the weight of 3 real-life bowling balls. Yeah, I don't think I'd be carrying that around myself. Its fire rate is also extremely slow. It is quite quiet to be fair, because of the suppressor, but the main issue with the Timberwolf is that it's only good against bigger threats like Juggernauts and, I guess, Ferals. Against common enemies, which let's be fair here is about 80% of the enemies, it's too expensive and complete overkill. You'll be out of ammo before you know it. Great gun, but not for the common zombie. Number 7, the Spec Ops Vector SMG, the MP5A2's older, cooler brother. It's another Special Ops submachine gun, this time firing 45 caliber rounds and with a 50 round mag instead of a standard 30 on most others. It's got all 3 rates of fire, a nice scope, and you can put whatever gun attachments you want on it. Same as the MP5A2, this also comes with a professional suppressor when you get it, and you can get it through buying it off standard enclaves or finding it in rare weapons cases and play cards. Accuracy and control are good, and that's no surprise, I mean almost all the guns on this list will have that. Durability and power is a little bit lower than some of the other guns, but if you attach a brake, that will improve both of these stats, at the cost of the gun being a bit louder, so make that trade with caution, especially on higher difficulties. It's not too heavy either, weighing 8.5 pounds, I mean not incredibly light, but for a primary ranged weapon I've seen worse, much worse. It's just a solid, reliable submachine gun, easy to find, unique with the 50 round capacity, but still not as good as some of the others on this list, which holds it back in the number 7 spot. Number 6, the DevGru X12 Infiltrator, the best shotgun on the market, at least in my opinion. This shotgun has a huge drum mag with a 30 shell capacity, single and fully automatic fire. It's got high durability, damage potential, and surprisingly it's quite quiet. Well, quiet for a shotgun. And it's got a scope, for all the good it'll do. You can buy this shotgun off of general merchants sometimes, but it's more commonly found being sold by the mysterious wandering trader and found in the rare weapons cases scattered throughout the maps. This shotgun can clear hordes like nobody's business, and it'll take a year to run out of shells. So yeah, it's pretty good. Number 5, the Masterwork Assault Rifle, a network super weapon designed by Quincy Maxwell. You know, one of the main characters from the Heartland DLC? Yeah, this gun is pretty much the peak of rifles, the best we're gonna get, and it's only held back in number 5 for one reason, which we'll get into. First of all, it's a 5.56 rifle with a huge 100 round capacity, scope and all 3 rates of fire, classic. Base power, accuracy and control are all great, and the thing only weighs 7.5 pounds. Not bad for a military grade machine gun. You can fit it with any suppressor or brake you want, and it comes with a network professional brake when you make it. That's right, in order to acquire this gun we have to craft it, which is a little bit different. We need an improvised weapons station facility mod which we can acquire from completing a bounty from the bounty broker. We install it in pretty much any facility we want, and we get the option to craft 3 new rifles, including this one, and the Danforth Slugger, which is a really good melee weapon. Check this video out if you want to know more about it. Now the Masterwork Assault Rifle is really expensive to make, as you can see on screen here, but if you have the resources I guess you could churn quite a few of these out, making them quite easy to get, I guess. I still think they're really hard to get in the grand scheme of things though. I mean, you have to get lucky with what bounties are there at the time, gather a ton of materials and parts just to make one gun, when instead you could just have used something you found in a play cart. I think that ultimately holds it back massively. It's a great gun, but it's too niche and out of the way to make it any higher. Number 4, the Echo X3 Repeating Crossbow. Now I wouldn't have put this as high as number 4, but by the sounds of it there's a lot of people who would rather drive their newborn son off a cliff than use normal guns because they make too much noise. I'm not hating on crossbow fans out there, it's just not my playstyle. It's a crossbow by the way, if the name didn't give it away, and it's an Echo crossbow too. Who would have guessed? Now if you want a better, more accurate single fire crossbow, I would recommend using the Echo X1 combat crossbow, but the repeating crossbow is on the list because it's so unique and different. Some people prefer it as well, obviously. Like any crossbow, it's got high stats of durability, control, accuracy and quietness. The range on this one's a bit dire because it doesn't have a scope, and the power on it is pretty pathetic. I mean, it takes 236 light bolts to destroy one lethal zone playcart, so don't be counting on it for its damage output, but it is light, weighing only 5 pounds. And the best thing about it, which is where it gets its repeating name from, is that it can fire 10 bolts before needing to reload, instead of 1, like every other crossbow out there. That means 10 zombies killed instead of 1, 10 limbs taken off, 10 potential plague samples gathered, or just 10 missed shots. Who knows, but in my experience, and in a simple caveman analogy, 10 is better than 1. So by that logic it makes this crossbow really good. It's best used in close range, fast-ish paced combat with the zombies. I'd still rather use a rifle or a shotgun for this type of combat, but if you're a crossbow fan that hates playing slow and from a distance, then this is absolutely the crossbow for you. Number 3, the Clio Heavy Sniper. This one's nice, really unique too. The Clio Heavy Sniper is an anti-material sniper rifle that you can buy from the prestige traders you call in, costing you 750 prestige. Statistically it looks so good, with its power, accuracy, durability and range all maxed out. The control's also not too bad, and for a sniper rifle it's not too loud either. It says it's got a capacity of 8 Clio ammo, but each shot of the sniper takes up 2 of these ammo packets, so it's really only got 4 shots per clip. It's only got single fire, which makes sense, and of course that means its fire rate is pretty slow. The scope it has is the best in the entire game. It covers such a distance, and the crosshair is so precise and accurate, making for some pretty satisfying long range shots. This thing is so powerful it can one-shot any zombie in the game, even with just a body shot. You don't even have to aim for the head. And the same goes for the armoured zombies, it just pierces their armour so well, killing them instantly. It's a great rifle. Pretty easy and reliable to get, very good stats, and great at taking down ferals and juggernauts, some of the biggest threats in the game. It's just a straight upgrade to the Timberwolf in my opinion, but the only 2 things holding it back are its weight, 24.5 pounds. I mean, that'll break your back before you even fire a shot, and similar to the Timberwolf, against standard enemies, it's a bit overkill. Still, I'd definitely rather have it than not have it. Number 2, the Eternal Guard's Infinite Rage, one of the best guns in the game for a couple of reasons. Let's break down the stats first. Power, accuracy and control, of course they're high. Durability is a bit higher than usual, which is always nice. It also comes with a professional brake added onto it, so you'll get even more power and durability right from the get-go. Range and fire rate are average, it's got all 3 rates of fire and a decent scope, so that's probably where those stats come from, and the quietness is pretty low. But as I say, if you attach a suppressor to it, then that'll clear the noise up no problem. Now one of the reasons why it's held back a little bit is its weight. 22 pounds, oof, that's rough. That's probably the main reason why it misses out on the number 1 spot. You'll have to devote a lot of your inventory to carrying this thing, but it's definitely worth it because of its ammo capacity. With a massive long drum barrel, this thing can hold 150 7.62 rounds. That is madness. The highest ammo capacity on a gun in the entire game. With this capacity, you're almost able to kill 3 lethal zone play cards with only this gun before needing to reload. It's brilliant. Having a huge capacity like this means you won't need to carry around as much ammo, seeing as it has 5 standard rifles worth of ammo in one magazine. And the final thing I guess we have to cover is how you get the gun. And there's 2 ways. The mysterious wandering trader for a hefty price, or we could get it for free from the rare weapons cases. Random chance for both, which does hold it back a little bit, but the stats, the ammo capacity and the general versatility of the gun is what earns its place as number 2. And number 1, the RTX Stormbringer. Everybody knows this one and loves this one. It's a classic. Standard issue Red Talon assault rifle, firing 7.62 rounds with a 60 round capacity and all 3 rates of fire and a scope. Standard gun attachments as usual, although this one doesn't come with a suppressor or brake attached, which is a little disappointing. It's got great power, accuracy and control, decent durability and range, and as for the quietness, it's a little poor, but with the right suppressor that won't really be an issue. It weighs 12 pounds, but it's a decent trade-off for how good this gun is, and we can acquire it in so many ways, which makes the gun even better. You can buy it from the Red Talon Wandering Traders, the Prestige Traders for 250 prestige, and we can even acquire it from specific Survivor in Need missions where Red Talon needs our help. It makes the number 1 spot because it's a solid, reliable gun with a great capacity and really easy to acquire. It's Red Talon's poster boy weapon for a reason, and it earns its place in the number 1 spot for the best primary ranged weapon in State of Decay 2. At least, in my opinion. So there we have it folks, the top 10 primary ranged weapons in State of Decay 2. The stats, weight, scopes, everything's covered, down to the fine grain. It's just what we do around here. As always, you let me know now. Any weapon I've missed out, anything too high, let me know. Leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.